All right, I'm going to look at advanced attack from side control number 3. And in this attack, I'm going to start to get into a little bit more complicated games with the lapel. So I'm going to go here first, start side control number 3. The guy on bottom does what he is supposed to do, which is make his frames just like this. And especially when he starts to irritate me with that elbow, what I'm going to do is first slide my neck towards his wrist and not towards his elbow, because he's stronger at the elbow than he is at the wrist, and I want to close this gap. If he continues to push with his elbow, it's not the end of the world. I just want to alleviate some of the pressure on my throat by sliding it towards his hand. As I'm dealing with this and I make him feel like this is really bugging me, I take this hand and I reach up and I grab his near side lapel. I don't want to make a big thing out of it because I don't want to draw his attention to it as much as possible. So I'm here like this and I'll pull it out. Ideally, I get as much slack as I can. So if you start with it very tight, you're going to have to kind of pop it out. Clearly, it's going to get his attention. But if we start halfway through a roll and this is already loose and floppy, it's much easier to do. So I'm going to take this lapel out and I'm going to loop it over his wrist, right beside my face. So I don't want to try to get it in front, because when I take my head away, he's going to follow me with his hand, right? Not good for me. So I'm going to take this and put it right next to my face, right over his wrist. As soon as I get here, I'm going to feed it to the bottom hand, and now I can hold it with both hands to overcome his initial freak out of trying to press it up and out, right? So he can push as much as he wants. He's not going to take that out of both hands. Then I can feed it deeper and get it nice and tight. One of the most common reactions this guy will have is to put his palm on his face like that, because he feels like what you're trying to do is choke him with this collar. Because there's a ton of baseball bat grip chokes and things like that. So he's going to usually put his palm on his face to try to protect that part of his neck, which is fine. That's exactly what I want. After I make this grip, I'm going to take this free hand, grab his fingers, all 4. Tournament, you got to make sure you don't grab a single digit. Grab all 4 fingers, slide them down his face until he puts his hand in the murder choke, which is awesome. So I'm here like this. He's going to try to move his arm away. I keep this grip. I might have to tighten it up a little bit more, but I'm going to keep this grip and make him hold that murder choke on himself. How I'm going to make the choke is going to be this. I'm going to slide this grip all the way to the back of his neck like a normal collar choke style feel, and I'm going to straighten this arm out as I pull my shoulder away from him. That makes him murder choke himself, but a lot of times it's not enough to overcome the resistance of his arm. So I'm going to put this hand on his elbow and help push. Sometimes I like to kind of lay heavy on that close hip to give me more pull away and to give me this angle. So then I'm going to cup his elbow. I'm going to lift his elbow as I straighten the arm up. Lift the elbow, and you make him murder choke himself, which is probably the most awesome thing that I've ever made anybody do. So, one more time, all the way through. Side control number 3, he's irritating me. Slide it down to his wrist, get a hold of that close lapel, pull it over the wrist, feed it nice and deep. Start looking at this. If he leaves his hand there, you can do it already, but most of the time he'll palm his face like that to try to brace it. So I'm going to slide his fingers down to there, reach under here, and say, stop choking yourself.